afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4, a midweek edition.
Midweek. We made it to Wednesday.
Another warm day.
Yeah, it's humid today, too.
Yeah, it was supposed to rain, but it didn't. So we'll get to the weather. We'll talk to the guy who knows more than we do. First up in our news today, win or the season is over for the Brewers tonight. Let's hope that the 6:08 first pitch time is good luck.
A growing list of Republicans jump in the House Speaker race. I'm Skyler Henry on Capitol Hill with what comes next and the work staring lawmakers in the face.
And multiple hearings today at the state capitol introduced bills that would impact trans youth in Wisconsin.
Let's take a look outside. Plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures.
These are days to savor. They really are.
One more mild day. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty is on the backyard patio.
Yeah, today, as you mentioned, a little bit more humid. A lot of that is just from rain that was evaporating as it moved into Wisconsin. Kind of brought a little more humidity, but not enough to have the rain reach the ground. On visible cloud track, we've had some sunshine, although right now we have a little more of an overcast sky, at least over the backyard. But take a look at Doppler track. There's really no rain out there, and it's going to be hard for it to generate any rain. 6-hour future track radar shows maybe a few showers and thunderstorms east of our viewing area, heading over toward Milwaukee and out into Lake Michigan. So it looks like we've been missed by most of the rain. Low temperatures this morning started out mild in the upper 60s here in Madison, 69, Janesville. The overnight low temperature 70 degrees. That was a big jump up from yesterday. Had we been that warm to start out with, we would have set a record high. But current temperatures, while not as warm as yesterday, still in the upper 70s. Madison 77, Janesville's at 81. Temperatures are in the mid 70s to the north and west. Here in Dane County, it's 78 degrees in Cross Plains, 75 degrees in Belleville, and 78 in Deerfield. Look for skies to become partly cloudy this evening. Not looking for any rain now. Temperatures dropping to about 67 by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that doesn't include nearly as mild weather, especially as we head toward the weekend.
All right, check back, Gary. Thank you. Well, the Diamondbacks are facing off against the Milwaukee Brewers in the second game of the Wild Card Series. First pitch is at 6:08 Central Time.
That has to be a good omen, right? Don't you think?
Well, they're not in the 6:08, but we are.
That's right. It's win or that's it for the Brewers. Sports reporter Andrew Banstra is on the field at American Family Stadium. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Mark and Susan. Yeah, exactly like you said, it is do or die. And really for the Brewers, a team that won 92 games this year, which was way more than enough to win the NL Central, you'd think, yeah, they get a pretty good map in the playoffs. No, that's not how the MLB playoffs work. They have to face this Diamondbacks team in this best-of-3 series where you win 92 games, you win your division, and then if you lose 2 out of 3, you go home. And that's where the Brewers sit right now. They lost last night 6-3, and now tonight they do not have their second starter in Brandon Woodruff, so Freddie Peralta will get the ball for the Brewers. Meanwhile, Zach Gallen for the Arizona Diamondbacks, one of the better pitchers in the whole NL, will go for the Diamondbacks. So the moral of the story in this must-win game, the offense needs to show up and show up early. That starts with guys like Christian Yelich and continues with guys like Willy Adames. So we know the pitching matchup is not necessarily in Milwaukee's favor, but right now you got to win 2 straight no matter what, and that starts tonight at 6:08.
All right, Andrew Banstra live at American Family Field. Thank you. Some major streets near the University of Wisconsin-Madison campus are expected to close tomorrow night for Friday night, that is, for the university's homecoming parade. Langdon Street between Lake and Wisconsin Avenue will be closed from 4 to 8 for parade staging. The actual parade route on Gilman and State between Wisconsin and Lake Street is closed from 5 to 7:30. Some Madison Metro buses will also have detoured routes during the parade. Multiple hearings today at the state capitol introduced bills that would impact trans youth in Wisconsin.
Political reporter Will Keneally joins us with more. Will?
Well, Mark and Susan, we're looking at 2 bills in the state capitol right now. One that would ban trans kids from participating in girls' sports. Another that would prohibit kids younger than 18 from receiving gender-affirming care. Now, the bill would also, that bill would prohibit doctors from performing those procedures unless they are addressing certain things like a life-threatening illness or injury or addressing a genetic disease. That's introduced by the Republican majority in the state capitol, and some argued that it presents irreparable harm for those kids. But advocates argued today that health care can be critical for some young Wisconsinites.
Being a trans woman brings me immense joy and happiness from loving my body in a way that was impossible before transition. The hardest part about transition was undergoing puberty as an adult. My second puberty was on top of my first, and unfortunately, my first puberty was the wrong one. A lot of my second puberty was really complicated because of that first one.
Now, again, this took place at the same time as a hearing for a bill barring trans kids from participating in girls' sports. Now, both bills are expected to be vetoed by Governor Evers, and we'll have more on this coming up tonight at 5.
We will see you at 5, Will. Thank you. Dane County's top leader, County Executive Joe Parisi, announced today that he plans to retire in May. Perhaps some of his most notable moments include his time as a representative during the 2011 Act 10 discussions. That same year, he was elected as to Dane County Executive with 70% of the vote, a position he has served in ever since, leading the county through the pandemic. At today's retirement announcement, Parisi shared a parting message to those in Dane County.
I'm constantly amazed at how blessed I am to be in a position where you can make such a difference in people's lives. When there's a problem, you can put together a solution and enact that solution and see results. So I'm sure I'll miss that.
During Parisi's tenure as county executive, Dane County added nearly 100,000 new residents and saw its annual budget grow to over $282 million per year.
Congressman Kevin McCarthy became the first Speaker of the House to be voted out of leadership in U.S. history. Now the House can't do any business on the floor until lawmakers elect a new Speaker.
Skylar Henry has more from Capitol Hill, where the battle to replace McCarthy appears to be shaping up to be a two-man race.
Less than 24 hours after the House voted to oust Kevin McCarthy as Speaker, the race to replace him is shaping up.
Right now, I've been obviously listening to a lot of members and having a lot of really good conversations about how we keep focusing on the things we need to do to get our country back on track.
Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise, a McCarthy ally who's already serving as majority leader, is running as the establishment candidate. Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan, a conservative hardliner, was the first to jump in the race.
I think the key is uniting the conference. I've had a lot of people reach out to us asking me to do it because they think we can. We'll see if that happens, but I think they can.
Republican Study Committee Chairman Kevin Hern is also making a bid for the Speaker's gavel.
People have asked me about looking at alternate choice, and so I'm going around talking about this issue with other groups of people and see if their votes are there.
And others may jump in before the first vote's expected next week. Until then, every day that passes is one less day Congress has to pass a long-term spending bill to keep the government open before the short-term fix expires.
We cannot and should not again be faced with an 11th hour decision. Brinksmanship threatens to shut down the government.
Neither President Biden nor former President Trump would weigh in on who should be the next Speaker.
A lot of people have been calling me about Speaker. All I can say is we'll do whatever's best for the country and for the Republican Party.
Some House Republicans want to nominate Trump for the position, but he's got his eyes set on another political office. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And in a nod to those who support him in the House, Trump posted a mocked-up picture of himself on social media wearing a MAGA hat and holding up the Speaker's gavel. We'll talk more about this with the director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, coming up later in the show.
Constituents of the late Senator Dianne Feinstein are paying their respects today. Her body is lying in state at San Francisco City Hall, the city where she served as mayor before her more than 30 years in the U.S. Senate. Her close friend and fellow San Franciscan former Speaker Nancy Pelosi was among the mourners. A funeral is set for City Hall tomorrow. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is among those expected to attend.
Healthcare workers in at least 5 states have walked off the job in what could become the largest healthcare strike in recent U.S. memory. About 75,000 Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers hit the picket lines early this morning. The strike affects Kaiser Permanente facilities in California, Oregon, Washington State, Virginia, Colorado, and Washington, D.C. Striking workers are fighting for higher wages and help resolving staffing shortages.
Having to juggle numerous patients at the same time, that increases patient wait time, puts doctors behind, puts patients behind. They don't get a chance to get the care that they actually need.
The hospital system released a statement today saying both Kaiser Permanente and union representatives are still at the bargaining table in an effort to reach an agreement. Kaiser hospitals and emergency rooms remain open during the strike, but some procedures could be delayed.
The man who prosecutors say masterminded the 1996 deadly shooting of Tupac Shakur made his first appearance in a Las Vegas courthouse today. The hearing for Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was brief. He told the judge his lawyer wasn't present and asked for a continuance, which was granted. The 60-year-old was arrested Friday in connection with the cold case and charged with one count of murder with use of a deadly weapon with a gang enhancement. Davis has long been linked to the 1996 drive-by shooting of the hip-hop icon on the Vegas Strip. Davis even admitted in his 2019 memoir that he was in the car with the person who fired the shots. Last week, police showed surveillance video of a gang fight that they say incited the attack on Shakur.
Any case that's 27 years old sometimes presents some challenges, but we feel very confident that the criminal justice system will work in this case.
Because of the continuance, Davis was unable to enter a plea today. He is being held without bail. We're continuing our series about a group of SSM doctors working in Guatemala, but it takes more than doctors to help those in need. Translators came with the doctors from Texas to help the local population. Yesterday, general surgery was filled with hernia repairs. It's a common procedure in the U.S., but the doctors are seeing patients who've gone for 10 years or more waiting for surgery. Tomorrow, doctors will team up to perform a surgery starting as a hernia repair and moving into the bladder. Well, now in its 56th year, the World Dairy Expo draws thousands of vendors, farmers, and some of the best cows in the country to Madison, or in the world to Madison.
In the world, that's right. Farm Director Pam Yankee is in cow heaven. She joins us live from the Expo grounds to tell us what's new this year. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
When an inexperienced Whole Foods driver tipped his truck over while pulling off the interstate to take a break, a bus carrying a high school band ran into the overturned semi. The crash killed 5 people and injured dozens of others. 2 of the victims' families hired Habish, & Rotier. The settlements they received totaled over $4.5 million. And the skill expended by the Habish team is head and shoulders above one phone call in a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Get a truckload of savings on items you need every day for everyone in your household. We have it all, from big to small and everything in between. We have everything to help you breathe easier. DuPont Plus allergen air filters can reduce harmful airborne allergens by up to 80%. Right now, only $5.95 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Fight the flu with higher dose flu vaccines from Sanofi. They're proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu-Block quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
Demand more from your flu shot. To get a Sanofi vaccine, make sure to ask for it by name. Schedule your Sanofi flu shot, available at these preferred national pharmacies.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, it's never too early to talk about Badger basketball, even when football season is in full swing.
This week, sports director Zach Hanley sat down with fifth-year senior Tyler Wall for the Wisconsin Huddle. He asked him about incoming transfer guard from St. John's, A.J. Storr.
If you go on social media, you're going to hear all about how athletic he is, all the stuff that he can do on the court. But I think something that's really picked up, and especially in these last couple of weeks since we started official practice, is his ability to pick up on things that we're doing. And so we got a lot of offensive structure put in, a lot of defensive structure getting put in right now, and he's just all ears, and he's picking up really fast on it.
The Wisconsin Huddle airs at 6:30, just after News 3 Now at 6 every Friday. And starting this Monday, the Huddle will be taped at the Monona Buck and Honey's location on Monday, starting at 6.
Yeah, show up and you can be part of the show. Watch them tape the show. Fall has just started, but many retailers are already offering Black Friday type discounts. Next week is Walmart's Deals Holiday Kickoff, with sales on thousands of items, and Amazon, which held a Prime Day in the summer, is also offering some big deal days, October 10th and 11th. The deals are expected to attract plenty of shoppers. A recent survey from Bankrate found 50% of people plan to buy holiday gifts before Halloween.
We've seen that, that holiday shopping has been kicking off earlier and earlier every year.
People buying now should check the return policy and always look to see if what you purchase drops in price. If you can't take advantage of the October deals, don't worry. The next big price drop will be in November around Black Friday, a more traditional time for holiday shopping.
Stocks recovered a bit on Wall Street as a bond sell-off takes a break. The Dow Industrials gained 127 points. The Nasdaq jumped 176 points, or 1 1/3%. The S&P 500 added 34. Well, every year, the first week of October marks the Super Bowl of the dairy industry.
Farmers, exhibitors, and cows from over 100 countries are back in Madison for the 56th World Dairy Expo.
World Dairy Expo is happening at the Alliant Energy Center through Friday, and that's where we find Farm Director Pam Yankee, who's in her happy place right now. Hi, Pam.
Oh, very happy place, and this weather has been really cooperating too. I want to get right to it, folks, because one of the things we always like to stress at World Dairy Expo is the heritage of the show and the families, and you probably recognize these two characters. This is Thriller, by the way, who now is suddenly not excited about being on camera. This is Brian and Jimmy Vagley from New Glarus. The Vagley family has been a major part of World Dairy Expo since its inception. Brian, explain a little bit about how Dad kind of got into this.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was 4 gentlemen that are considered the foundation fathers that created this some 56, 57 years ago. And they set the blueprint of what this show was, and to this day we're continuing on with it. So great heritage.
Did you ever imagine it would get this big?
It's unbelievable what it did, but is their vision that they had too at the same time. So yes and no. It is a dream come true. If he was still alive, he'd be.
Right. Oh man. And like we said, they're in the game to win. Anybody that's here is in the game to win. This is Thriller. Tell me a little bit about her.
Thriller's mother was a cow we showed here a couple of years ago that actually was a nominated All-American cow herself. This calf had done well during the state shows this year. Exciting to be part of the show.
How many do you have on the string? Do you know, Jimmy?
We have 10? 11. I'm not good at math.
But I'll tell you what they are good at. This guy, both these guys, aside from dairy farming and taking care of the day-to-day task of taking care of Thriller, Brian launched Yodelay yogurt using their own brown Swiss milk for Greek-style fantastic yogurt. And Jimmy, you probably recognize from the Jimmies, a very popular band all across the countryside, but especially here in Wisconsin. So with all that, why do you still keep doing this?
World Dairy Expo is probably the greatest place that you can market, merchandise cattle. It is the showcase of the industry for anything dairy. It's the meeting place. So anybody that has anything to do with show cattle, the dairy industry, this is a place you want to be.
And the people.
Oh, and the people. Yeah.
They've been attacked several times from buddies. Jimmy's yelling security. But honestly, buddy, you have a rugged schedule with the Jimmys, and yet I'll catch you on social media chopping hay or doing something like that. How do you do it?
I don't know how, I don't know why or how, but it's innate in our blood just to keep busy, and I'm very proud of both sides of it. Our family was very musical, my father and my mother, and it's just something that I've kept going on that side. But I enjoy the dichotomy of the two industries, and both play off of each other. A lot of hard work, and very proud of it.
And he loves the people too. You know that if you've seen him. Good job. Again, like I said, the heritage of the show, the family that started it, the family that's dedicated to still being in it. I could go on and on. I'm sure you know. Laura Hirschleb is now in her second year as World Dairy Expo General Manager. And today, it was all about sharing this passion with wee tots.
Yes, absolutely. We had over 600 fourth graders that were here learning all about World Dairy Expo and the dairy industry. We're going to have another 550. Those students are from the Dane County and greater area. And so we're so excited to be able to share and convey the passion that we all feel for the dairy industry with all of them. It's really about educating those next generation of consumers and getting them excited and consuming dairy products and further supporting the Wisconsin dairy industry.
There are a lot of exhausted volunteers because of those kids today. I'll tell you what, they had them moving all over the grounds. They learned a lot. They visited with the farmers, the veterinarians.
Yes, exactly. They have several different stations that they go see. They watch the cattle show. They go in and see the milking parlor. They see the cows in the barns. And then they visit our commercial exhibitors and trade show booths as well. So they're seeing all aspects of the show. And again, it's really just instilling that passion and understanding for dairy.
So there you go. If you are a parent of one of those kids and they come home tired or blah, 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 blah about things like Thriller, it's all on World Dairy Expo. But I'll take my share of credit for this beautiful bovine.
Oh, she really is. That's what we've been saying here in the studio. She is just beautiful.
Yep. We let her stand here long enough, she'll fall asleep.
Pam, thank you. Thank everyone for us.
You bet.
All right.
Yep, you bet, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Pam. Well, could climate change be affecting our health?
Some experts think so. We'll have that story coming up after Gary's cool down forecast.
It's our biggest sale of the year. And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale and help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
It's Ford Truck Month. Time to defeat any task in a Ford F-150 with all the capability, productivity, and technology of Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. So get to Ford Truck Month and get into a built Ford tough truck.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Lease a new Ford F-150 STX for $419 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. With Dean Health Plan, you can get the coverage you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. That includes medical, hospital, and prescription coverage with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits, plus extra benefits like comprehensive dental and savings on over-the-counter pharmacy items. Call 1-855-822-6173 now to request your free Dean Health Plan guide. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
It's never about, in the game of golf, just one thing. It's everything. It's all-encompassing. In Golf Galaxy, we are your team. And if you have a question on your equipment, your fitter's here for you. If you have a question on your swing or something mechanical, our Class A PGA professionals are here for you. If you need help fixing something, our club techs are here for you.
We have the fitting bays, we have the TrackMan, we have Biomech putter fitting system. When you come in, we want to fit you with the right apparel, the right footwear. We have everything that you could possibly need to improve your game.
It's our biggest sale of the year. And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale and help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Well, take a look at this. A Rhode Island man goes all out for Halloween. He carves out plastic pumpkins all year long, and this time of year, some 1,400 of them haunt his front yard. He has about 200 a year. While it's not exactly a nightmare on Elm Street, Tim Perry lives on Elm Drive. This dazzling display will stay up until the big day, attracting thousands of people to the house of more than 1,000 pumpkins.
Guess you have to have LEDs in all those pumpkins. Can't do candles.
Well, they're all plastic.
That's really cool. Wouldn't you imagine driving by that? I'd love to see that. It looks like Lisa Briggs' house.
Can you imagine being your neighbor?
A friend of mine that one of the first people I met when I worked at McDonald's when I was 16 taught me how to work grill. He's a master pumpkin carver. He's been on CBS This Morning and a number of shows.
It's an art.
Yeah, it is an art, yeah.
So.
All right, give us his number. Well, we need to give him a call.
Yeah, we'll have to, because I certainly can't carve a pumpkin.
I can't either. You're pretty good at it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's fun.
We'll have Lisa Briggs out before Halloween.
Talk about a master pumpkin carver.
She's
yeah,
pretty good.
But you'll have some time to do some pumpkin carving this weekend because it'll be cool. You might want to stay indoors. I will have your full first warn forecast in just a couple of minutes.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Anybody that knows me here knows that I'm always focused on the customer first. I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this door next year, the year after that. I'm not an actor at all. Here, Precision, we're here for you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups, scheduled. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One. Gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
Hold it! Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, the rain by and large missed us. Hopefully it will do so on Friday evening. Of course, we have Badger Homecoming coming up this weekend. The parade, 6 p.m. Friday evening. Have to watch out for the possibility for a spotty shower. If we do get one, I think it'll be brief and light. Otherwise, it'll be breezy and chilly. Temperatures before the parade in the lower 50s. Time the parade starts at 6 p.m., right around 50 degrees, and probably in the upper 40s by the time the parade ends around 7. For the football game itself, actually not bad, at least for the players. Temperatures will be in the lower 50s. It'll be breezy, so keep that in mind. Probably need a little heavier jacket, especially if you're in the wind. But no rain for homecoming. Skies should be partly sunny, and the temperature should be cool, but tolerable for most people. Doppler radar rainfall estimates over the last 48 hours show a general 1 to 2 inch soaking across western Iowa, southwestern Minnesota. Those showers got closer to Wisconsin, and then they just kind of fell apart. And now you take a look at Doppler track, and you can see just a few sprinkles up in central Wisconsin. There have been a couple of showers in far southeastern Wisconsin. 6-hour future track radar shows everything pretty much to the east and southeast of us into the Chicago area. So at this point, it looks like we'll stay dry for the rest of tonight. Now we'll look for that chance for showers Friday afternoon and early Friday evening. The rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch for those areas that even get rain at all. Some areas will miss out on the rain altogether. 3 things you need to know. Again, the shower chance Friday afternoon, but that'll be followed by much cooler air. Actually, it'll be coming along with the cooler air. High temperatures dropping to the middle 50s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, probably upper 50s for Monday of next week. And that could lead to some patchy frost, especially Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning. Temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Not a widespread frost, but still a definite change in the overall weather pattern. Tomorrow we'll sneak in one more mild day with a high of 74, but then we drop to the mid-50s for the weekend, get back up into the middle 60s for the middle of next week, and then some shower chances will drop temperatures back down to around 60 by the end of next week. Right now, the jet stream continues to sag southward. This is the dividing line between the unseasonably warm weather that we've had the last few days to much cooler weather to the north and to the west. And this is actually a second surge of cooler air that'll be dropping southward, and that's what will reach us for Friday with the shower chance and also temperatures in the 50s. Overnight low temperatures drop back into the lower 50s tonight. Plenty of night across Dane County. Partly cloudy, 55 in Mount Vernon, 53 in Middleton, 55 for the low temperature in DeForest. For the rest of southern Wisconsin, 60 for the low in Janesville, but to the north and west, perhaps as cool as 48 in Camp Douglas and 51 in Wautoma. For tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies. One more mild day with a high temperature of 74 degrees. But again, Friday, a chance for showers in the afternoon and evening. Not going to amount to very much. Most areas less than 1/10 of an inch of rain if you get any rain at all. But the first warned 7 to 10 day forecast definitely brings the cooler air in for Friday into the weekend. Highs mid-50s. Overnight low temperatures drop into the upper 30s for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning. That could lead to some patchy frost. And then as we get into the middle part of next week, those temperatures at least rebound back to around normal. Highs in the middle 60s. Maybe some rain shower chances from Thursday afternoon into Friday. And a slight chance into Saturday. But that's more typical October weather. Patchy frost about on schedule for this time of year. And I don't see a hard freeze, at least at this point.
And mid-60s is about where we should be.
Right now, yeah. By the end of that 10-day period, we're down to near 60.
How about middle of October?
We're fighting a losing battle.
Yes, we are.
Gary, thank you.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Gary.
Moderna's new flu-COVID combination vaccine is making progress.
The company is now testing the vaccine designed to protect people from both COVID and the flu with a single shot. Today, Moderna said the vaccine appears to elicit strong immune responses for both conditions. The company says it will now expand testing into the next phase. That will involve giving the shot to a number of adults 50 years and older later this year. Moderna said it's hoping to get regulatory approval of the combination vaccine by 2025.
And the needle is this big.
No, it's not.
Concerns about climate change often focus on rising seas and warming temperatures, but some doctors are warning about its effects on our health, including migraines and headaches.
Nearly 1 in 10 people in the world suffer from migraines. Bradley Blackburn has more on how a changing climate could mean more pain for a lot of patients.
Nettie Alvarado knows how debilitating migraines can be. She's suffered from them for more than a decade before her daughter was born.
She says, "Mom, you're in your room, it's dark. Are you okay? Like, are you having a migraine?"
Her migraines used to last for days.
Good, shrug your shoulders up.
But she's found relief with medication and help from Dr. Fred Cohen, a headache specialist at Mount Sinai.
It actually eliminates within time. Within the hour and a half or so, it's gone.
Many things trigger migraines, like lack of sleep or alcohol use. But Dr. Cohen says often patients blame the weather, and extreme conditions fueled by climate change are now an increasing concern.
Migraine sufferers are the best meteorologists because when there's a weather system changing, they get an attack.
Weather triggers include intense heat or cold, high humidity, and windy or stormy conditions. Even stress from severe weather can be a factor.
There could be a relationship with more of these severe weather phenomenon that we're seeing both in the United States and globally, and an increase in headache and migraine attacks.
Dr. Cohen says during this summer's wildfire smoke in the Northeast, headache complaints jumped. But treatments for migraines are evolving too, with new approaches and new medications. Doctors can help patients monitor migraine triggers and adapt to environmental changes. Alvarado says anyone who's suffering should see a doctor and ask for help.
Migraines are not something that you should have to deal with on an everyday basis or even throughout the day.
A health struggle that could be growing with our changing climate. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The American Migraine Foundation says migraines are 3 times more common in women than in men.
Yep, and 1 in 4 U.S. households include someone who suffers from migraines.
Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, somebody coughed up a fur ball and it ended up at a Paris Fashion Week.
Well, don't miss that. And then coming up next hour at 5, we'll tell you about the UW's effort to get more people to donate blood for homecoming. That's coming up at 5.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Get a truckload of savings on items you need every day for everyone in your household. We have it all, from big to small and everything in between. We have everything to help you breathe easier. DuPont Plus allergen air filters can reduce harmful airborne allergens by up to 80%. Right now, only $5.95 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I had a lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
Nowadays, everything's personalized, just the way I like it. Even our vehicles have profiles. This must be my wife's profile. At Bergstrom Cadillac of Madison, you can say yes to extended comfort. Yes to integrated technology. Yes to effortless electric. Say yes to Bergstrom Cadillac of Madison.
New at 5, controversial bills spark a fierce debate on transgender rights. Will Keneally explores the impact and the passionate voices on both sides of the divisive issue.
Temperatures will still be mild for Thursday, but it'll turn much cooler on Friday with a chance of afternoon showers. Chilly weather will continue through the weekend and early next week. At 5, I'll tell you how cool it will be this weekend.
And ahead at 6, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi announces his retirement after 12 years. We'll look into his impactful initiatives and future plans tonight at 6.
Oh, buddy. Give me the weather satellite. Is this a live shot? It's a live look from Brooks Falls at the Katmai National Park in Alaska. It's 50 degrees. And this is coming up later. It's the beginning of Fat Bear Week.
Fat Bear Week, that's right. This is a live picture?
Yeah.
You're on TV, dude.
Catch a salmon or something.
Yeah. Wow, that's very cool.
Well, speaking of fur balls, a fur ball with legs ran amok on the runway in Paris and stole the show.
Jeannie Mose explains.
It gives a whole new meaning to the term ball gown. A star is born at Fashion Week in Paris, dubbed the fur ball. And underneath the fur ball,
I had a harness, and it took about 7 people to help me stand up.
But getting dressed was the easy part at designer Christian Cowan's show. Once out on the runway, the fur ball bumped into singer Sam Smith, who happens to be the designer's boyfriend. Smith had to nudge the fur ball away. She proceeded down the runway, then bumped into front row spectators. The fake fur ball had eye holes, but what could you see?
I could truly only see, like, shadows of things.
Just before reaching the end of the runway, model Mahjong fell over and had to be lifted up.
I had lost my balance because I had carried it for so long.
Designer Christian Cowan wrote on Instagram, she came into Paris Fashion Week like a wrecking ball, quoting Miley Cyrus, who the designer has dressed. To those who call the fur ball a stunt, the designer's rep says,
Christian enjoys a sense of chaos
and knows how to create buzz. The design house says the fur ball already has at least one customer wanting to buy it. How big was the cat that coughed that up, joked a commenter. At least this ball gown is one size fits most. Like a wrecking ball. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Well, it's pretty unforgettable, isn't it?
God, you with the microphone with that dress on over here.
Right, exactly. Okay, hard left now.
Yeah, it's a battle for the gavel in the U.S. House after a historic vote yesterday.
What are the consequences of voting down a Speaker of the House, and what lies ahead? We'll talk about it with Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin when Live at 4 continues.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
After 118 years, McGann Furniture is closing its doors. The owners are retiring. Shop now at McGann's Price Crash Going Out of Business sale and take an additional 25% off the already lowest marked sale price. Everything must go. Prices crashed on quality name brand furniture, bedding, dining room sets, and accessories. Free financing. All credit welcome. Special sale hours. Hurry in today to the Price Crash Going Out of Business sale at McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
We've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start. What other benefits can we get?
Things like dental, vision, and hearing. But let me help you pick the plan that's right for you.
Don't wait. Call 1-800-ETNA-FOR-YOU to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
It's Ford Truck Month. Time to defeat any task in a Ford F-150 with all the capability, productivity, and technology of Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. So get to Ford Truck Month and get into a built Ford tough truck.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Lease a new Ford F-150 STX for $419 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory,
Installed by a team of professionals and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
In your first warning traffic, not a bad day on the roads today. Some minor slowdowns eastbound on the Beltline approaching I-3990 where the flex lanes end at Stoughton Road. Also some delays back around Monona Drive, typical for this time of day. Not seeing any issues on I-3990 southward toward Illinois or US 12 into most of southeastern Wisconsin. There is an accident westbound on I-94 back toward Oconomowoc, but that's not affecting traffic heading toward Milwaukee. North of Madison, no problems on I-3990 or 94 going up into the Dells, up into central Wisconsin, or US 151 through Dodge County and Beaver Dam. That's your news for now. First warning traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. The Sphere venue at the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas, otherwise known as Sphere, transformed into a giant pumpkin last night to the lead up to Halloween. In case you didn't know, Sphere boasts a 250-foot, 16K resolution LED wraparound screen, 16,000 speakers, and around 17,500 seats inside. According to Sphere itself, it's cutting-edge technologies that ignite the senses and enable audiences to share experiences at a never-before-seen scale.
We could show a video from the Sphere every single day.
I love the Sphere.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, today the Republican-led House is in chaos.
Lawmakers took the unprecedented step of ousting Speaker Kevin McCarthy from office 9 months after he won the gavel in a 15-round floor fight.
With no permanent speaker and no clear frontrunner, what happens next? The director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, is back with us. Welcome back.
Good to see you, Charles.
It's been a while.
Good to be here.
Did this really surprise anybody? I mean, he couldn't win here.
I think that's largely right. The threat had been there since McCarthy, only became speaker after, what was it, 15 rounds of voting. And any single member could call to replace him, and that's what happened this week. So I think in that sense, the threat had always been there. I think this got exacerbated last week, though, when we had this fight about funding the government, and at the last minute, they came up with a 45-day extension of funding. But it raised all of the issues that this anti-McCarthy group had been fighting him over, and I think was just sort of the tipping point for it. You remember, he got 208 Republican votes to keep him as Speaker. Just 8 Republicans voted to remove him, but that falls short of the majority. Your caucus is that closely divided. It just takes a few people to tip it over.
Well, reaching out to the Democrats was the straw that broke the camel's back, and the House has a razor-thin majority, as you just said. So if he hadn't done that, and then there was a government shutdown, is there a chance the Republicans could have lost control of the House altogether?
I think it is sort of a no-win situation. It's a very tight majority, but what McCarthy could do to win votes is to do something with Democrats to get some Democrats on board. He actually got that with the spending resolution. Most Democrats voted for that. But it's the cooperation with the other party that dooms you within the Republican Party. And so it was a no-win situation. If he could have reached out to Democrats to save the speakership, he probably would have lost a good many more Republican votes precisely because he was colluding with the enemy.
So who's next in line, do we think?
Oh, that's a good question. There are 2 prominent ones, Steve Scalise from Louisiana and Jim Jordan from Ohio. Scalise is currently the number 2, but a McCarthy ally, and so the question is going to, and for that matter, Jim Jordan was a McCarthy ally.
Won't they face the exact same dynamic that McCarthy faced?
Absolutely, and a different problem. If they appease the 8 people that voted to remove McCarthy, do they lose some of the more moderate members who don't want the party to go that far? So it's going to be a very delicate political thing. Maybe it'll get resolved quicker than I think, but I think we could see a long, prolonged battle over it as you try to trade off what those 8 members want and what the rest of the caucus wants.
It's like a civil war within the party.
It is, and it's a very bitter one in which normal negotiations don't really work. There's nothing you offer to the 8 that will bring them over. But on the other hand, the 8 are demanding things that the huge majority of the party doesn't want. So how do you deal with that? Oh, and remember that spending bill runs out in the middle of November. So we could see that chapter replayed in just, it's a little less than 45 days.
And if there's no speaker, what happens?
Well, that's interesting times we live in, isn't it?
It really is.
We don't know, right?
Yeah. Is this, do you think, affect the Republicans next year?
I think the question is, if they resolve it and sort of muddle along, I think not so bad. But it raises a question of the party's brand. Is this a party that can govern? Because right now the House majority cannot pass its own bills. That was part of the backlog of leading up to the budget vote. And so if your majority, which granted is very small, very narrow, but Nancy Pelosi dealt with a similarly narrow majority and managed to hold that party together. Now, with the Republicans, you can't hold it together. You can't pass your own legislative priorities, let alone deal with getting anything through the Senate. But it's an internal problem that the majority can't pass legislation.
Wow. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Charles, thank you.
Great to see you, Charles. We'll see you soon.
Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
He grew up a middle-class kid in a middle-class town. And while Joe Biden's traveled far and wide, Scranton, Pennsylvania has never left him. He knows what life is like for working people, and knows middle-class life is too expensive right now. That's why he's passing laws to lower costs, capping insulin at $35 a month for seniors, giving Medicare the power to negotiate with drug companies for lower prices, lowering health insurance premiums for millions, and investing in American-made clean energy to lower power costs for families. For Joe Biden, it's about restoring the sense of security working people deserve. That simple promise, that peace of mind. He's determined to get it back because of where he's from and who he is.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
New at 5, controversial bills spark a fierce debate on transgender rights. Will Keneally explores the impact and the passionate voices on both sides of this divisive issue. Then, UW-Madison making a difference this homecoming. Hear how the school is bleeding red. That's coming up next.
Artificial intelligence has entered the classroom.
I noticed it first in poetry.
I'll show you what teachers are doing to curb AI misuse and how a change in thinking could make it a valuable tool for learning.
Outsmarting AI, Thursday at 10.
Skies are mostly cloudy on the west side of Madison from the WISC-TV Skycam, but there's more sunshine over southwestern Wisconsin, as evidenced by the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Doppler track, boy, we missed out on most of the rain. A few sprinkles up in central Wisconsin. That's pretty much about it. Over the next 6 hours, most, if any, rain will occur over eastern Wisconsin and northeastern Illinois and bypass southern Wisconsin. Current temperatures are still pretty mild. 77 Madison, 81 in Janesville. Most areas are well into the 70s. Here in Dane County, 77 in Sauk City, Waunakee, and Sun Prairie. Also 77 in Verona. Look for temperatures to drop off into the upper or lower 50s by early tomorrow morning, highs tomorrow in the mid-70s, and we'll see cooler weather for the weekend, maybe some frost for the early part of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, veterinarian Dr. Carrie Donahue answers your pet health questions.
And turning old junked VW Beetles into classic antique roadsters. It's our Traveler Throwback Thursday. Can't wait to see this one.
It's a good one.
That's coming up tomorrow.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Dryness and frizz that keeps coming back could be damaged hair that can't retain moisture. You need Pantene's Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioner. It's filled with provitamins to help hair lock in moisture, visibly repairing 6 months of damage in just one use, with no weigh down. Guaranteed or your money back. For hair that looks healthy and stays healthy. If you know it's Pantene.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
In Arby's opinion, the cheesesteak is perfect. And you don't mess with perfection. Arby's does. Arby's, we have the meat.
Hold it! Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
Ordering promotional products guaranteed to create memorable moments is an easy mission at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my 6-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
In today's Final Touch, it's one of our favorite weeks of the year.
As we mentioned, it's Fat Bear Week. This week is officially underway to celebrate their annual pre-hibernation weight gain.
He looks hungry.
Alaska's Katmai National Park hosts a yearly online competition. It pits their heftiest heavyweights head-to-head. Online voters use a March Madness-style bracket to vote daily. Some of the fattest bears on Earth live in this park. Some of the contestants are Grazer, Walker, Electra, and Bucky Dent. We're thinking we've got to go with Bucky for obvious reasons. You can vote once a day on explore.org.
You would not believe the number of people who vote on this thing. It's a big deal.
The leading one right now is 171,000 votes.
Oh, is that Bucky?
No, it's not. So,
okay, we'll help them.
All right. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.